What's up, Knights Nation? This is Gavin Broniker coming back with another season of Gavin with Gavin. For our first show here in this semester, I'm sitting down with Luke Scales, sophomore on the Bellarmine baseball team.
Will be the second as he crushes that to left field, and it's gone. Not even a doubt about it, as Scales, the freshman, starts things off today for the Bellarmine Knights to make it a 2-0 ball game in favor of Bellarmine. That was on top of a building out there in left field. I mean, that was every bit of the ball got pieced.
It's nice to have you on, man.
Thank you for having me, Gavin.
Yeah, of course. So last year, being your first year here at Bellarmine, the Division I level, can you talk a little bit about the adjustments that you had to make going from high school onto the Division I level?
Yeah, so it was a big jump, a big transformation for me from the high school to the college level. The big thing for me was the pitching that we faced this year and how much harder it was at the college level than the high school level with the arms you saw and the talent that you had coming out of the bullpens once the starter got taken out of the game. The big jump for me wasn't the velo, really. It was that every pitcher we faced would have been the ace of a high school team on the college team. So it was next man up in the bullpen, really. You knocked the guy out in high school and you had the bullpen to deal with, and it was pretty easy. But once you got the starter out in college, the next man up, and they seemed to get better every time.
For sure, yeah. Obviously, I'm a part of the baseball team as well. Last year was certainly not the standard that we're trying to set here for the Bellarmine program. What do you think that we can do going into this next year to try to sort of stride in a better direction as a team?
Yeah, so the main thing really is we got a flush last year. You can't really think about it too much and just dwell on the past. You have to think about the new days and just give it your shot every day, the most you have and everything. And if something bad happens, you pick yourself up and you keep going. You have 40 guys on the roster. That's 40 guys that have your back no matter what you do. You try your best every day. If you fail, they'll pick you up. They have your back. So it's a big trial and error type of thing. And last year wasn't the best, but we have this year to look forward to. And we have a lot of new guys, and we're really hoping that they'll be the best for us.
For sure. I think one of the cool things that was just recently announced is that you were awarded a captain. You're the youngest captain on the squad. This is the second year that they've announced captains, and you've been honored with that. Can you talk a little bit about what a privilege that is?
Yeah, very blessed that I had it. It was a lot of hard work, but it's really the teammates. It's not really just me being a captain. It's the teammates that helped give me a shot to earn that spot to be a captain. And it's not them voting. It's them staying after and helping me to be a better person every day on and off the field.
Do you feel like your role changes a little bit, like you have eyes on you at all times, you have to sort of act and sort of prepare in a certain way?
I feel like the role changes a little bit. I feel like I don't try to think about it as much, but I think that more eyes will be on me now and that I have a bigger sense of what I have to do on and off the field every day in the weight room, in the classroom, and with all the younger freshmen and the transfers that I have to be there for them because I've experienced this past year, and I have to know what we don't want to do and go down the same road as last year. So I have to know that we have to take it a little more serious and know that now it's kind of up to us now.
Mm-hmm. One of the things, I mean, you were a pretty bright spot on the team last year. I know that you had a pretty long hitting streak that was kind of well documented amongst the team. Do you feel like as the season went along, you started to even make adjustments and that'll help you into this coming year?
Yeah, definitely started to find a little groove last year. I think I settled in. A lot of nerves at the beginning of the year, which will happen every year, jumping from high school to college. But I felt like I settled in a little bit and definitely it might sound a little weird, but the friendships on the team helped me out a lot. Mm-hmm. I felt more settled in, felt more homey once the year went on. Sure. Yeah, and everybody had my back. And I knew people would get on base and I'd come up in spots that they had to pitch to me. And I knew with the hitters that were good behind me that they had to come to me in this situation, and then I could go from there.
Mm-hmm. And then being a sophomore, having gone through what you were talking about, how it's kind of a nervous period going from high school to Division I, how do you think that you can use that experience to help the coming class this year and then classes in the future?
I think for sure I can help them be a little more relaxed and confident in their game. Since I've gone through it myself personally last year, this year I felt totally more relaxed, just knowing what I had gone through and what to expect in the future ahead. So I think I can show my experiences to these new kids and the transfers coming in of what to expect and tell them how everything is game day from what we do on and off the field throughout the day and help them.
Do you have a memory from last year's season that you kind of look back as one of your favorites, or a place that you guys played? Is there something that stands out to you?
I think last year a personal favorite was definitely my first college at-bat, ending up in a home run, which I know sometimes it got a little lucky, but I definitely think that was one of my favorite memories from last year.
Yeah, for sure. That was a really cool cool experience, and I think that everybody on the team really was excited for that. Do you have any sort of memories that you're looking forward to this year? You guys are going to some pretty cool places, going to Florida again after going there last year. Are there some things you're looking forward to in this upcoming season?
Definitely looking forward to the bus rides and the hotel room stays that are always fun. It's a fun bonding time with the team, and it's a good time to get to know everybody and get to, like I said, feel homey with everybody because you're living with them day in and day out. But I really look forward to the ASUN tournament this year, and high hopes that we make it this year, which we didn't last year in the past few years. But this year we had new expectations and higher goals.
You briefly mentioned the transfers that came in. We actually brought in about 20 new guys. How do you think the team has meshed with all these newcomers?
I think we're a totally different team this year, and I think that can be a good thing, especially with the year we had last year. You don't really want the same things going on in and off the campus. So this year with a bunch of new faces and a bunch of new guys and everything, I think that totally switches up how we played last year and brings a new relief kind of in our hearts that we have high hopes for this year because it's a totally different lineup this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, different from all categories, pitching, defense, everything. So I think that that's something that the team is definitely going to be excited for. Is there anything, that you have for incoming classes, whether that's baseball, coming to play baseball here, or just be a student, or play a different sport? Is there any sort of advice that you could give to one of them?
If I had one piece of advice, it would definitely be find the right group of guys to hang out with, because this is the group that you'll grow up with. And college is the time where you find yourself to mature as a man, not only in sports, but through life, through classes, through jobs, through work, and anything. So I think if I could give one piece of advice, it would definitely be find the right group of friends and hang out with them as much as you can.
Yeah. And then I talked about your favorite college memory. Do you have you've been playing the game of baseball for a long time. Do you have a favorite memory in baseball just throughout your entire career that kind of sticks out to you?
Yeah, it might sound a little weird, but my favorite memories were definitely made with my dad in the batting cage when I was little. And I know it's something that I'll never forget, all the hard work that was put in the cages, and it's what truly made me love the game of baseball, everything you put into it, knowing that you'll fail 7 out of 10 times. So it was definitely a relief, but the batting cages are what made me my favorite memory now today.
Yeah, not only just as building as a baseball player, but also just spending that time with your dad is something that I think that everybody that's been in sports for the most part can relate to, and things like that. How do you juggle between the busy schedule in the spring and then also doing your classes? Because here on Bellarmine, it's very, very structured in trying to, as well being a good athlete, also being a good student. How do you juggle that?
So last year was definitely a jump from high school with the classes and the workouts and the practice times. It was definitely a lot more busy. This year I feel a lot more comfortable because, like I said, I know what to expect. I've been through it for a year, so I know what's coming up in the future and what's coming up tomorrow, and I can plan my day out schedule based. But I definitely know it's easier when you pay a lot of attention in class, take notes and everything, because you won't have to go back and read over it 5 more times in the classroom when you're trying to study for a test. But I think this year it's definitely been a lot easier because I'm more relaxed and I know what to expect for sure.
Is that something that you also use or plan to use, your sort of position of leadership to try to help the younger guys and making sure they can juggle the two?
Yes, for sure. Just like I said, being a captain isn't really just a baseball thing. It's kind of to be a role model for the younger kids in the classroom especially, just to show them that they're not here just for baseball, that these 4 years of college kind of determine what you be when you grow up. So definitely showing them hard work in the classroom as well will definitely kind of keep their heads straight and hopefully set them on the right path.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much all I've got for you. I really appreciate you coming on this show. I'm very congratulatory to the fact that you were named a captain as such a young player here on the team, and I think that everybody's excited to see what you and the rest of the team do this upcoming year. So I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Gabbin' with Gavin. Hope that you guys come out, check out a game this upcoming season. The Knights are going to be starting their season in the middle of February, but you can come out, check the schedule, see when they're home, go catch a game. Hope to see you there. Go Knights.